Welcome back to Marbella Now. My name is Nicole King, and this is my very relaxed boy.
Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day. Halfway twisted.
Welcome to Marbella Now's Christmas special. We've got a lovely programme lined up, and we're starting off with our CIT Marbella Guest of the Week. CIT Marbella is a business networking association. Last week we saw their celebrations of the 25th Awards Gala and the 35 years since they first opened their doors. So a really great association for little businesses and also for major corporations. Today we're welcoming a doctor, a traumatologist, and his name is Dr. Joris van der Lucht. Welcome back to the programme.
Thank you so much, Nicole. Thanks for the invitation. I'm happy to be here, and it's the second time for me. The first time was in 2018.
It sounds like another world.
Another world.
Pre-COVID, pre-everything.
Pre-COVID, yes.
A lot has happened, or water under the bridge.
Now, a lot happened to me as well.
You just started, right? You just came and you were...
In 2018, I was here only once a month for two or 3 days to do some surgeries and to see some patients. And we moved with the family to Spain in 2022. After the COVID, and I'm building up my practice now here, and it's going very well with all hips and knee surgeries. And
so this is your speciality, hips and knees.
Hips and knees with a minimal invasive method. So don't cut the muscles and have one night in the hospital, and you are able to go out of your bed directly after the surgery.
I'm in shock. I've actually lately met several people who've just had hip surgeries, and it sounds like a very daunting and a very invasive procedure that you're saying with your method isn't the case.
It was very invasive in the past. You had to cut the muscles, and you had a big scar on the lateral side on the butt, and you had to repair the muscles afterwards. But we started in the Netherlands in 2008 with this minimal invasive technique without cutting the muscles. So you use the natural interval between the muscles, and you reach the hip, you replace the hip, and then you put it back, and you close the skin, and then you can go out of your bed and do your first steps.
That quickly?
That quickly.
And what would be like the convalescent or healing time in general to get back to a normal
life? In 4 or 6 weeks. So you can walk with crutches the first 2 weeks, with 2 crutches, and after 2 weeks with 1 crutch, and after 4 weeks you can stop the crutches. Depends on your general health and your muscle strength.
Okay, I have to ask, how painful is it?
A hip is not as painful as a knee.
Okay.
So, use painkillers for 2 or 3 weeks, and after 3 weeks you can stop it. But with knees you need normally 6 weeks of painkillers.
I suppose because it is such a major bending point.
It's a different joint with different mobilities and different. It's more complicated.
When you say replacing a hip, I feel that this is something, particularly as we get older, we fall over and the bones are fragile. This is why the hips tend to break. So it's quite a common thing in older people.
Yes, there are 2 separate things. There are osteoarthritis, that's damage of your cartilage, and fractures of the hip. And my focus is more or less the degeneration of the hip, so the degeneration of the cartilage. And the fracture, that's a different part of the practice. That's elderly people, 85 years old, with fragile bones, and then you put a hip in, another hip with cement, and it's only for 10 or 15 years. But my patient get a hip for 25 years or 30 years, and they want to gain more mobility and less pain. And
because it's a different thing, like the cartilage as opposed to the bone, or just because of your method? I'm not quite clear.
No, there are different things. The fracture bone, it's because of a fall. And then you fracture your bone and you have to replace the hip, or you can put a pen in with some screws, and then you wait for the fracture healing. But this is for a patient with a wear out of the cartilage.
And when does that happen? Who gets who wears out their cartilage?
A lot of patients, a lot of people.
How do we wear out our cartilage?
Yeah, it's genetic, or it's because of heavy work in your life, or because of sport accidents, or there are a lot of different ways to get wear out of your hip. And you get pain in your groin, pain in your butt, your walking distance is limited, pain at night. So people wake up because of the pain, and then they come to me and I make an X-ray, and there see a terrible hip, grade 4 osteoarthritis. Okay, and then we can say, okay, start with physiotherapy. If it doesn't help, the next step is a new hip.
But you would always obviously go to some kind of treatment to avoid surgery if possible.
Of course. You always start.
You say of course, but we live in a land where if you make money off something.
Yeah, okay, but you always start with physiotherapy, with losing some weight, strengthen your muscles, and if it doesn't help, after a few months, and you have to use a lot of painkillers every day, and you get problems of high blood pressure or problems with your stomach, then you get into the surgery.
But it's nice to know that at least there are modern methods that are at least making it as least complicated and painful as possible.
Yeah.
And what are the things that happen to me? I'm always hearing of, in the past, meniscus, and you go in, they do little laser things. Obviously, we're talking about more serious damage to the knee.
More serious diagnosis, yes. And the problem is, it's always better to postpone surgery. It's always better. But sometimes it's grade 4 osteoarthritis and there's no cartilage left, it's bone on bone, you get swelling, you get deformation of your leg, you get some O-shaped leg or X-shaped leg. Yeah, and then injections or physiotherapy can help, but it's the end stage of osteoarthritis. And then it's a big advantage to do it minimally invasively. So without cutting the muscles, without big surgeries with drains or with tourniquets, or do it as simple as possible within 1 hour and get them out of bed as soon as possible, within 3 or 4 hours. And then it's a one night stay in the hospital, and then you can go home and do your exercises, and you're ready for the next 20, 25 years.
Well, obviously, the Costa del Sol has been well ready for you, from being here or just a coming and going, visiting surgeon, to now being here full time.
Yeah, that's much better.
And you practice at the Vita Zanet and Opels. You've got 2 different places. Tell us where we can find you.
Yeah, I'm doing my hip and knee surgeries at the hospital Vita Zanet Estepona. It's formerly known as Zenit Hospital. Okay. Now it's a part of the Vitas group. And the advantage is we have connections with Vitas Benalmádena, Vitas Malaga. So if there's anything wrong or you have a heart problem, or so we can connect to the other hospital, or we can bring patients to that. It's very uncommon, but there's some hospital, big brother to take care of us.
It's nice, as you say, just in case there is that.
There are people from normally from 60 years of age. So if there's a problem during surgery, or I get them a problem with their heartbeat, okay, you can make an ECG and send them to another hospital. But it's very uncommon. I have seen it once in 300 patients, but it can happen. So
of course, it can happen
anywhere, and that's good to have a big brother to take care of you. And it's a good team. It's a very modern hospital with 2 surgical rooms with a standard team. So I'm happy to operate over there, and I made all the protocols the protocols I had in Holland. So with the antibiotics, with the care after the surgery, the pre-op care. So I copy paste it, and I think it's the way to do it. And they are happy. They're happy I'm happy with them to work together, and they are happy with me, I think. But also my private patients I see at the German clinic, at Compass Clinic, I can bring them to Hospital Vitas Estepona to operate them over there. And that's
a win-win.
A win-win for all parties. And it's good to concentrate, the same as you concentrate on 1 or 2 joints, to concentrate in one hospital. So they know you, the patients know you, the team knows you. That's much better.
You've done very well very quickly, so it's nice to see that you're settling. How do you find it in general with the medicine in the Netherlands compared to the medicine and the systems here in Spain?
Now, protocols, we are very protocolized in Holland. And here there are some protocols, but there are a lot of doctors, they don't use the protocols. And I think it's good to have some standard surgery, standard antibiotic protocols. And that's the way to do it, I think. And that's the same in Germany. They're also protocolized and like protocols. Because if you use a protocol, you know in every patient, if it's a little bit different, okay, you know, okay, it's not like the protocol, what's going wrong, and then you can change it. But if you don't use protocols, you can't check your infections, you can't check your results after the surgery. So it's important, I think.
Okay, well, with more international influence, I'm sure with time, like with everything else, things will become more homogeneous and more...
Yeah, and I'm happy to introduce the minimally invasive direct anterior approach of the hip. It's a very common approach in Holland. In 2008, we started with it. It was only 4% of the patients, of the surgeons, used that approach. And nowadays in Holland, it's 60%.
And here
it was 0% or the 1%. And now I'm a teacher for this approach in other hospitals. So I went to Malaga University Center to teach them, to Cordoba. I'm inviting surgeons from other hospitals to have a look, to visit me and to...
How nice you are, sharing your ability.
Yeah, but it's nice. It's nice to learn that approach. But the problem is with that approach, you need 100 surgeries to get used to it. And that's the reason for a lot of surgeons in Spain to say, okay, it's a learning curve, it's too long. I stay with my old methods. But I think for the patients, it's much better because you're in the supine position. You can correct the leg length. You have a better view on your positioning of the components. But you need a supervisor to learn you that tricks. And I was a supervisor in Holland. I met a lot of young surgeons, and they want to learn it, and they all use that method now in their own hospitals.
I suppose it's the difference. You say the young doctors compared to those who really don't want to go back to school. They're happy in what they do.
Yeah.
But the nice thing is letting people know that this alternative exists.
Yeah.
There are more modern methods than those that are en masse. And I suppose it's do your investigation, ring you and check out what you're offering.
Of course, I used all the methods. There are 3 methods to do a hip surgery. So the lateral, the posterolateral, and the anterior. And I use them all. And even in revision surgeries, sometimes I use the old-fashioned method to do the revision because there's a scar already, and I use that method. But if it's a new patient, please use the modern method. It's a better stability gag. And of course, there's always a chance on an infection, 0.5%. And there's always a chance on a bleeding. But it's in all methods the same. But the chance on dislocation of a hip prosthesis it's 0.3% compared to the old method, it is 3 or 4%. So it's,
With everyone climbing up ladders, decorating trees and Christmas and New Year and jumping up and down and dancing and celebrating, any tips to protect our knees and hips?
Now, don't overuse it and try to train your muscles. And if you have pain in your knee, go on the home trainer or the cross trainer and activate it with less weight. But try to move them. If you don't move it, you get stiffness and you get...
That's the worst thing, isn't it? It's not moving.
Yeah, not moving.
For life, for our mental health, for everything.
But you can move it without a lot of weight. If you go on the home trainer, you train your knee without moving it a lot. So that's much better.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, Dr. Joris, thank you ever so much for joining us again. And I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Thanks. Same to you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, hey.
Zero Heroes, welcome to Urban Chive.
con tu gusto y fantasía.
Hey, hey.
I'd like you to join me now at El Paraíso Golf Club, one of my favourite clubs on the coast. That's where my daddy was a member and played, and always when I go there, bittersweet memories, I have to say, makes me miss him very, very much. But something I was glad not to miss was the first annual charity golf tournament in aid of AFASOL. AFASOL is an association, one of the few that helps those with mental health issues, and having covered the problem of teen suicide and trying to encourage schools and different associations to watch out for our children to help prevent this worldwide epidemic. It was a pleasure to be there at the day and support it. I wasn't expecting to be emceeing it, but that was what happened, and I enjoyed the afternoon very much, and a lot of money was raised.
programa de Nicole.
Sales Director of El Paraiso Golf Club. We'd like to welcome you to this fabulous afternoon and the first annual charity golf tournament in aid of AFISOL. It's an awards ceremony and a cheque given over to AFISOL for all the funds raised today. It's really going to be fun. Thank you so much for your participation and support. And I'd like to, who not only is the main sponsor of this event, she is undeniably the heart and soul of everything that's going on today. And I got goosebumps just thinking about the love and effort that she and the team have put into it. So Beatriz, congratulations, and over to you.
Well, thank you. I want to thank everyone for coming. This is a real dream for me because I have a sister with mental problems. I'm taking care of her for 30 years. And honestly, my life changed when I met AFISOL. Sorry, I'm a So, thank you so much for coming here. Thank you to my team for all the effort. And well, enjoy the day, and I cannot say anything else.
Thank you also on behalf of the Paraiso Golf Club for turning up today. It's a real pleasure to have this wonderful tournament and so many nice people joining the tournament as well. I hope you have a lovely lunch, and we're going to start now with a...
We're going to actually carry on with a few little more chats, okay, Robert, and then we'll start with the couple when we get ready for lunch. But I want to pass over now the microphone to David Pascual Arroyo. He uses AFISOL. He is an artist and has actually painted this amazing artwork behind me, which does look like it's an ocean scene until you get up close. But I think we can appreciate from Beatriz what AFISOL means to those who need it. And I think hearing a few words from David will be just the perfect punto final.
I'm very pleased to be here in this charity event with AFISOL and Direct Into the Light. I have an auction here with my painting. It's called Outsider Arbor number 2, 2024. I hope that you like it, and I'm rich for that. Thank you very much for being here.
As you can see from David's pack, it says Outsider Artwork, so please do check that out. And now we're going to pass over to Michael O'Halloran from Darkness Into Light. I first heard of the Reach Out from Darkness Into Light.
Good evening. As organiser of Darkness Into Light Costa del Sol, which is a global campaign of suicide and self-harm prevention, I had the great honour and privilege of forming a partnership with AFISOL Salud Mental 9 years ago. We promised to provide fundraising events, and they would take up the mantle of suicide prevention, which AFISOL did with great enthusiasm. In that time, I have watched with pride as they have grown along the coast. They now have 5-day centres from Benalmadena to Estepona. I will give you an example of the activities of one of the centres that is Estepona, the facility, and you can multiply that by 5. This facility is run by the very capable social educator and coordinator Laura Gil Prado, who is here with us today, and it seems to me that she works 7 days a week. Estepona Day Centre has a very wide area of responsibility, stretching from Estepona to Casares, Manilva and Sabanillas. They cater for 100 mentally challenged persons and their families, 40 of which are regular day users of the facility. The day activities include Tai Chi, tennis, paddle, fitboxing, garden care, handcrafts, painting, art, etc., etc. They also take users on a week-long holiday in various parts of Spain, which gives an invaluable break to the families. AFASOL also provide professional assistance to mentally challenged persons who have been unfortunate enough to wind up in prison for various reasons. So I'd now like to present a cheque to AFASOL for funds raised by Darkness into Light 2024. Do you have the cheque?
Okay, Tim.
Where is Christian? Yes.
Christian Gonzalez, President of AFASOL, accepting a cheque for €15,529 raised by Darkness into Light. Quite outstanding.
Okay.
Christian, a few words?
Buenas tardes a todos. Desde AFASOL Salud Mental, bueno, queremos agradecer tanto al Paraíso Golf como a Marvelous el apoyo que nos está dando para poder continuar con todos los programas que desarrollamos en toda la Costa del Sol en materia de salud mental. La primera causa de discapacidad para el 2030 va a ser la salud mental, y es cierto que nuestros poderes públicos son los que tienen que poner todo lo necesario para que las personas se puedan recuperar, pero si no fuera por esta parte de responsabilidad social corporativa, como hace el Paraíso Golf, cediéndonos estas instalaciones tan magníficas, y como hacen todos los patrocinadores, ayudándonos para continuar con estos proyectos, no sería posible. Yo desde todo corazón, de verdad, os quiero dar las gracias, el apoyo que nos habéis dado para poder continuar y poder conseguir que las personas con problemas de salud mental tengan la vida que quieren y que desean, y lo más importante, que sean felices. Muchas gracias.
And it's not over yet. Things are about to start. I hope you're all good at multitasking, because now you're going to eat, watch a fabulous fashion show by My Fair Lady Fashions, and also Amalinda is going to be playing live for us, and you're going to be buying raffle tickets, lots and lots of raffle tickets, so that after the awards, when the cheque is handed over to AFASOL of everything that has been collected this afternoon, it is a really important, significant amount. You can come up and look at the prizes. Please dig deep, be generous, and bon appetit. y el número, con suerte, es
29 blanco.
29 white for the two green fees voucher for Alperini Golf. Okay, another number, sweetheart.
29 naranja.
29 orange, 29 champagne color for the second voucher for 2 green fees. Gracias a Via Pavierna for the Spanish Alperini Golf. And now we have Lauro Golf, 2 green fees going to number
40 blanco.
Ese soy yo. Now the moment of truth. Firstly, huge congratulations to Robert Hall and to Beatriz Soler. What an amazing tournament, what an amazing lunch. And I have to say I'm honoured to be part of this, as my daddy used to play at the Paraiso Golf Club. It was his place, so it's extra special. And to say that these wonderful people are going to be giving a check. Beatriz y Robert, ¿queréis hacer la entrega? Robert y Beatriz entregan un talón de 7.520 euros recaudado hoy. 7,520 euros were raised just today. 7.520 euros hoy. Maravilloso. Congratulations. Well done. Así que pasen dinero. Linear Director has come up with a squatter policy for just 24 euros a year. You don't have to have your home insurance with them. This is a completely separate matter to protect you from squatters. For more information, call 952 147834 or their website, lineardirector.com.
Zero Hero, welcome to Belmonte. Hey, it's a brand new...
Linear Director appreciates just how important our pets are to us. And that's why they brought out one of the most comprehensive insurance policies on the market, from just €39.90 a year. Give them a call on 952 147834 or from the website lineardirector.com. Age concern Marbella San Pedro has been well consolidated now for some 8 years. Carol Walnath is the current president and is doing marvellous things to help people from their health centre, that they've got the little community centre rather, in San Pedro. All the different coffee mornings they organise, many different workshops, different exercise groups, and of course the wonderful Christmas luncheon held once again at the Hogan stand in San Pedro. The food was delicious. We had the lovely Karen Danzig's choir singing at the event. Very much missed John Smith of the Euro Weekly News, who was poorly, and of course our lovely James Kyle. Big congratulations to Linda Woodin for the organisation and everyone else involved with Age Concern. Let's go there now to see what was happening, but also to hear some carols.
Hi, Linda. Hi, darling. Hi. Stress.
It's €5.
Hi, John. Hi, Geraldine. Hi, Geraldine.
And it's sad to be alone. Help me make it through the night. Let the devil take tomorrow. Lord,
I need a friend. Yesterday is dead and gone. Annual luncheon for each concern. We have a special treat now for you. It's Karen Danzig and the Del Sol Singers. Karen Danzig.
just like to echo what Linda said. Despite the weather, thank you all so much for making the effort to come here today. I'm probably getting wet on the way. I can't tell you how much we appreciate your effort in being here today to celebrate with us and start, hopefully, the celebrations for your Christmas as well as ours. And secondly, to thank the choir and Karen. It is just to give thanks, and I do give thanks for very many things. First of all, I'd like to thank Linda because she has undertaken this enormous task of coordinating the driving. It's probably a little early, but I want to get all my thanks out of the way. And I don't want to forget anybody. So I'd like to thank Ross and all the staff. And for making this such a special occasion. I know it's such a huge success every year, and everybody wants to come back. In fact, I can tell you that we had 60 people trying to book for the Christmas lunch before we even sent the email out. So I promise you all that we will keep the same format. You don't need to worry that it'll be somewhere else next year, because I know how happy everybody is to be here and to celebrate together like this. And I also want to thank him for the hamper, which he gives us every year, because that's just marvellous.
Ross and Amy!
I just want to introduce a little bit of a serious note. Normally, today, we have a representative from the Euro Weekly News, and I'm not sure how many of you know, but John Smith is really quite poorly at the moment. So he's not able to be with us today. And I want to thank the Euro Weekly News for their support and for all the help that they give us, not only with the advertising, but for our gala that we had in May, when they really pulled out all the stops and gave us balloons for the tables and chocolate favours and everything. They go the extra mile to support us, and it's really appreciated. But along with that, I just want to take a moment, if you wouldn't mind, if you could all raise your glasses for a toast to John Smith particularly, but also to all those people that you all know who are not very well at the moment. So may they all feel better and enjoy the festivities of Christmas and the New Year. Volunteers. We really are an empty organisation, you know. We can only do the things that we do because we have people who are prepared to go out and help other people. It's a tremendous challenge. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes some of the people that we try to help are not necessarily very receptive to being helped. People of a certain generation like to do things on their own. They don't like to accept charity as they see it. So it takes a very special kind of person for them to build a relationship with the people that they are helping, so that they are pleased rather than resentful of the fact that they have to have help. So please, a very warm round of applause for all our volunteers and everything they do. I'm just so very, very grateful for the support that we have from all of you. And you know, when people think about Marbella, they think about all the rich and famous people. They think about the nights out in Puedes with everybody getting drunk. But the reality is we have a lot of people here living on the coast who have come with a partner or a husband or wife who are left here alone, and they really need our support. Not necessarily, although sometimes financially, but also emotionally, because when one person dies of the two people that come, they are left very much alone. And we have had instances of ladies who have no idea even how to get money out of a bank account because their husband has always dealt with all of those things. So I can't tell you how much it means to me that you're all here and that you will all support us the way that you do. We couldn't do what we do without you. So give yourself a round of applause. Sandra, who is my right-hand person, and she is the person who most people in our organisation have first contact with. So Sandra runs the helpline Monday to Friday from 10 until 6 every day, every week. She's also part of the welfare committee along with Sarah and Nikki, and they visit people and find out what their needs are when we are approached to help them. And they really are the heart of what we do, because unless you know what people need, then you have no chance of providing it. So thank you three as the welfare committee. And I know you all want to get on and have a lunch. So the last thing I want to say is, please everybody, have a very happy Christmas and a wonderful New Year. And we look forward to seeing you in the other things that we do during the year. Thank you all very much.
Bravo!
I want to take a photograph of you. We are very, very much appreciative. Of course, we rely on the generosity of our volunteers to do so many things for nothing. But we do have expenses necessarily, including paying for our community centre and the expenses of our volunteers. So the donations are really, really welcome. Thank you both very, very much.
On my birthday, we managed to raise, what was it? 315 for the raffle and donations, and then we've collected our coins, and it's amounted to €370.
Por aquí, a ver si sale bien. No, por ahí. Vale, un poquito por ahí. Apple. Y un poquito de agua. ¿Verdad? Ting, ting, ting. Partimos. Very good. La manzanita.
Thank you.
A la primera, ¿no? Vale.
Mocktail.
Listo.
Zero Hero.
Welcome to Vigo Banús.
Zero Hero, welcome to Hard Rock Hotel Marbella.
We've been chatting lately about the Zero Hero Good Food Died Christmas Spirit Lottery. I've got good news. Not only are we getting more prizes added to the list, but we are also extending the date to participate until the 31st of January. Such has been the positive feedback from clients and the participating restaurants alike. I have with me here the latest, newest disposable breathalyzers. So in general, all throughout the year, if you are the designated driver and you go to one of the venues that are participating, all of which are listed on our website, zerohero.es, at the end of the meal, you breathe in this breathalyzer, and if you really haven't been drinking, you get your soft drinks for free. And this is a very nice touch to be rewarded for being the designated driver and an incentive to choose a designated driver. However, December and January, anyone, drinkers and non-drinkers alike, stand the chance of winning amazing prizes. If you go to the website zerohero.es, you have a list of the lottery restaurants that are participating. But not only do you get to win great meals and wine and cocktails in different restaurant venues, you can also be up for a pool day at Hard Rock Hotel, or a session of 5 classes at Boot Camp Pilates, and the fabulous Krav Maga, it's very difficult to remember that, but really good self-defense moves. They have given 10 sessions, 10 people get a chance to try Krav Maga. So it's really, really exciting. Everyone can participate. You go to any of the venues that are Zero Hero partners, spend over €20, and you'll be given a Christmas lottery ticket, one of the Zero Hero lottery tickets. Register on the website, and then you stand a chance of being drawn in the draw on the 1st of February. Watch this space. When you think of car or motorbike insurance, think Linear Director. When you most need your insurance company, Linear Director are there for you. With tow trucks, courtesy car, mechanics, legal advice, even overnight stay in a hotel if you need it. There's a whole department dedicated to us Brits with people who speak English there to help us. If you're looking for an insurance policy that really takes all your needs into consideration whilst you're driving in Spain, then Linear Director really is the company for you. Why don't you give them a call? 952 14 78 34 or contact them online.
Thank you.
Zero Hero, welcome to the Sister Restaurant. Zero Hero, welcome to Sunday.
Zero Hero, welcome to Hard Rock Hotel Marbella.
Well, that's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed the programme. You can watch recordings from the rtvmarbella.tv website or go to my website, nicoleking.es, for links to the programme, also to my weekly column in the Euro Weekly News Marbella Moments, and the Zero Hero website with an ever-increasing list of participating venues. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, Merry, Merry Christmas, and I'll see you again next week for more of what's going on in Marbella right now.
You'll open up your